Hey guys, CK here. I thought I'd just make a quick video about some of the changes, or all of the changes, rather, that I've made to my Assassin Cast on Crit build. If you haven't watched my first video on the build, then I would suggest going and watching that now, because it goes through the entire build, all of the items, passive tree, etc, which I won't be covering in full detail here. It also shows you some gameplay so you can see what the build is all about. But yeah, if you have seen that, then welcome. Hello again. Let's get right into it. Oh, what have I done? Okay, so to start with, in my Ice Nova setup in my CoS Malice, I was previously supporting my Ice Nova with hypothermia and cold penetration, but I've swapped out the cold penetration for bone chill support. And the main reason we're using bone chill support is the fourth line in here, which says enemies chilled by supported skills have cold damage taken increased by chill effect. It took me a while to get the cadence of the sentence right, so that it made sense, but it's still a bit confusing. But basically what it means is that, so if I take a look at my Ice Nova over here, my chill effectiveness is 64%. So basically every enemy that I chill with my Ice Nova takes 64% increased damage from increased cold damage from my skills. Obviously do a lot of cold damage with my Ice Nova and my Frostbolt. I also use Arc and Blade Vortex, which don't do primarily cold damage, but do have a bit of extra cold damage on them from various bits and pieces around the build, like my Cosprees and some jewels and stuff like that. So overall very nice. Instead of cold pen just supporting the Ice Nova, Bone Chill gives a bit of additional damage to all of my skills, which is, yeah, so it's pretty nice quality of life. Extra damage in the build, and a little bit of extra, you get increased chill effect as well, so that's kind of nice for like stuff like Syndicate, stuff like that. It doesn't really make any difference, generally speaking, for mobs throughout a map, because you are critting and therefore freezing mobs anyway. So yeah, that's how the game works. Welcome to PoE, guys. Yeah, so that's the first change. The second change is I've changed my gloves. I was previously using, I still have them. Here we go. I was previously using these gloves, so attack speed, accuracy rating, bit of lightning resist to cap myself on resists, and some life. Unfortunately, we do lose the life when we go to Flesh and Spirits. I'm still just above 6k, which is a nice sort of threshold to aim for if you can get it. But yeah, I think I was on just under 6.2k before with my old gloves on. So I do lose a little bit of life, a little bit of tankiness there, but it more than makes up for it, these gloves, with the Rampage buff. If you don't know what Rampage is, basically every time you kill a monster you gain a stack of Rampage up to a total of, or a maximum of, 1,000. And I think it's every 20 stacks you gain 1% movement speed and 2% damage. So you know, once you're at 1,000 stacks, that's a lot of extra speed and a lot of extra damage. And you also get at intervals of stacks, you get effects that come out from your character and damage mobs around you. So it's nice for clearing maps as well with that sort of bonus. And yeah, Rampage, very nice quality of life. If you haven't used it at all before, then I definitely recommend trying it. If you used it and hated it, then I guess don't use these gloves. But if you used it and liked it, then maybe make the switch to these gloves here. These gloves are very cheap. They're only 1 alc, or maybe 1 chaos or something. Mine are actually not a very good roll. They're missing 1% attack speed, which doesn't sound like much, but it's a little bit. Try and get maximum attack speed if you can. This is just a pair that I happen to already have in my inventory when I wanted to test them out. Yeah, I did have to change my jewel over here. It's a pretty horrible jewel now, but I needed lightning resist. I wanted life, lightning resist, and something that gave me damage as well. And I'm just buying this one as a bit of a placeholder while I tested everything out. So I need to replace that, and then I need to replace these as well. You can go for a nice corruption on these gloves because they're so cheap. Corruptions are quite easy to get. +1 frenzy is pretty nice. I'll probably go for that. I am actually looking. I've been looking for a +1 curse solstice vigil, which will allow me to use Ellie weakness on hit, corruption on the flesh and spirits, but there's none on the market at the moment for the +1 curse solstice vigil. So I'm on the lookout for that, and depending on the cost, I might try that out, which will be a very nice quality of life. A lot of damage from the curse, but we'll see. But yeah, you can look on the wiki for a list of corruptions. You can get on gloves. I'm sure there are plenty of nice ones out there, and you can pick whichever one you like. Yeah, so I also lost a bit of accuracy. I had some accuracy on my other gloves, and I think I was at 92% chance to hit with my old gloves. Cannot notice the difference at all while you're mapping. 2% is nothing. 90% is a nice sort of threshold to aim for, and you'll often see, you know, generic hit-based builds, attack-based builds with you know, crit that aren't champions sitting around 90% hit chance anyway. If I drop War Banner, that's Vitality, War Banner, and run out of the aura effect, it's 87%, which is still pretty respectable. But War Banner does just give you that extra little bit of accuracy. If you're using a Headhunter as well, you get accuracy buffs from monsters as you're going through the map, and you go up to sort of 93, 94% maybe as well. So really not a big deal. You do not notice it at all, having that lack of accuracy, you know, that 6 to 10% chance to not hit at all. Never notice it. So yeah, definitely worth a switch in my opinion. You do lose a little bit of attack speed as well, but it's definitely worth the switch for the Rampage. That's pretty much the only changes I've made. Or if I guess you want to be specific, I've changed. I got a corruption on my Cosby's Malice. I got that from a friend who double corrupted his and didn't want it anymore, so I said I'd hold on to it for safekeeping. But they needed the crit multi is really nice anyway for the implicit. But yeah, that's pretty much it. If you have any questions, post them below. Happy to answer as many as I can. Join my Discord as well. Ask me there. I'll post a link to that in the description. And you can check me out on Twitch as well. Twitch.tv/CK__. Happy to answer any questions there. You can see the build in action. And yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video, got something out of it, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye guys.